Jessica, your audio is not on, and also Beatrice. If you could click on that call over the internet, then you join with your audio. The same goes to Beatrice. I don't know that it's just network, but I hope you guys can do it. In case it fails, you can ask for any assistance via the message section. Other than that, we've come to a close on these sessions of Excel. By Monday, we shall be starting a new section, which is Microsoft PowerPoint. Hope we are learning. We're learning together. And that I want to also remind you that at the end of it all, we shall have exercise, like kind of to see what we've learned and how we can apply it in different sections. And please, if you have any question, please don't forget to ask. And yeah, in case of any issue, any concern, anything that you want us to talk about, anything that is not clear, you find that maybe you have a problem here and there, please, you can ask. We shall be very glad to answer. Yeah, I think that's all. But still, Jessica and Beatrice, your audios are still off. I don't know. Mansoor, you can try to help them out. Other than that, I wish you a very nice meeting. I'll be on just in case. I'll be able to reply to you in the message section. Ask anything. Also, I'll be giving in some additional information. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Abian, thank you for that. Yeah, so today is our last session about Excel, but that doesn't mean that we've like this is where Excel stops. No, it is still, there's still a lot to explore, and also we're going to have it in the, we're going to have phase 2 in August. So we shall have more advanced Excel and how you can program Excel to do more things than you could do now. Yeah, so this is just the first Excel for beginners, but later on, we're going to have a more advanced Excel. Yeah, so you feel free to join us in phase 2, that is in August. Yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start with just a simple recap from the last class we had. Yeah, so we had, it was about the if statements here. And we said for if statements, they work when you have a certain condition that you want to be satisfied, then what should happen if that condition is true? Yeah, like here where the first column, we are determining whether someone has if you could see our formula, that if someone has marks that are greater than 50, they are passed, otherwise they are failed. Yeah, so the formula ends up being is equal to if, open brackets, then you write the condition. In this case, this is the cell that I'm looking at. In case its value is greater than or equal to 50, then comma, what should happen in case it is greater than or equal to 50? That is a pass. Comma, what should happen if it is not? Then that is a fail. Yeah, so then after that, you autofill. Yeah, then we went ahead to look at nested ifs, and that is in case you have more conditions, that's when you use nested ifs. Yeah, so we did that with our grading system here, that if someone's marks are greater than 75, they are going to have a D1. So we're using the same cell. Yeah, if it is greater than or equal to 75, comma, they are going to have a D1. Yeah, so comma, so instead of putting the other side of what should happen when it is false, you just add another if statement like that, like that, like that. Then you don't forget to close all the brackets. So we end up with a formula like this. It is too long, but it is understandable as long as you understand it very well. Yeah. Then after that, we went ahead to look at VLookup. Yeah, in advanced Excel, we shall also look at HLookup, yeah, and many other lookup. So this one was helping us that in case we have a very big table, but you want to, you want to search through something like here we had a table having, assuming that we own a shop and that shop is selling phones. So for every phone has a price attached to it. But now here, when I reach on making like a receipt to issue out to the client, instead of always going to copy the price of the phone, I just write a VLookup wizard for that. Yeah, so we went ahead to do so with this. It is here. Yeah, so here I just need to type in the name of the phone, then the unit price will be displayed. And we said, for the name of the phone, you can also create a drop down so that you don't just type the name. You just click on this, then it comes. It brings for you a list. And how do we do that? You come to data. You first click in the cell that you want to do a drop down for. Then come to data. Then you check for data validation. Yeah, then change from any value to list. So now that means this cell is going to contain a list, but we need to tell it where is the source of that list. So click on source, then you come and select where it's going to get the source from. Click OK. So here we have a drop down. But right now, even if I select, nothing happens to this other side because I've not yet created a VLookup. So we said for a VLookup, type is equal to VLookup. Yeah. Then now you select the VLookup value, like what is it going to look at? It's going to look at the name of the phone that we selected, comma, then which table is it going to search from? That's what I call a table array. So you can select this, comma, then the index column, like what is it going to bring? Like in that table, we want when we select the name, it should bring the price. So the price is in the third column of that particular table. Really. Then the last one is for us to say whether we want it to be exactly the value, the exact match like we've typed, or as long as something looks similar to. If, for example, in case I type iPhone 12, but with a capital I, should it bring the results or not? If you want to be so strict that someone should type the exact match, then you type in false. Otherwise, you use true. Yeah, so I'm going very fast because most people were around when we're covering this. So you can see that here, if I change to another phone, it will change the price here. And then here, the subtotal we had already calculated, like it is a product of the quantity. Someone is taking 2 and the unit price. So I can just sort of fill from up here. So you can see that in case I come here and I change the price of this particular phone and I say it is now 900, everything will get updated. But now just imagine if you copied and pasted, you have to come back, copy the 900, paste it here, paste it here. Yeah, so it becomes so hectic. So VLookup works very well in case you have a lot of data. Yeah, unless someone tried it and they faced like problems with it. Did anyone try it out? Because I'm going to send in the last exercise tomorrow in the morning. Then you ensure that you do it. Then you submit to the email as we had said earlier on. Did someone tried out VLookup and they got problems with it? Or someone doesn't understand it? Okay, so let's move on to the, yes. All right, let's move on to what we're going to cover today. Actually, today Pardon?
Yeah, like I personally, I lately joined, but I think I will just have to make a review as you move on with
Yeah.
the
Okay,
lesson.
there is a recording. There is a recording on YouTube when you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Oh, I've actually posted a link. We are live on YouTube right now. So you check on the channel and you watch the session again, because now
Okay,
I've
thank
been
you.
just going through very fast. Yeah.
Okay, boss.
So today what we're going to look at is working with tables, then also printing out. Yeah, it's basically now that I've done something, how do I turn it into a PDF? How do I beautify it? How do I, yeah, that's what we're going to look at. It's not so logical. Yeah, so now like just imagine maybe I didn't have this. Let me, okay, just assume I've had this. Yeah, but I want like to print it out. Yeah, so this is where the formatting comes in. Like maybe you want to change the color, maybe you want to increase on the font size. Yeah, so that's what we're going to first look at. Then later on we shall look at working with tables. Yeah, so it is possible like this. You can increase its font from here, the way you could do with Microsoft Word, so that it is big than this. Then now you can select these and you left align them. Yeah, so that they are at the edge, just organizing the table, the way your table is looking like. Then you can change, you can put a background color, or what they call like a fill color into the particular cell. So drop down, then you select any color of your choice. So I'm going to go with blue, this blue, but now you can see that blue with the black text doesn't come out very well. So I need to change the text color. So the text color is changed from here, or the font color. So I can change it to maybe a kind of bright color like yellow, or like this light orange or white. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it to orange. Yeah, like that. Then can do the same thing to this. Select the same. Yeah, like that. Then okay, I can go ahead to do more and more and more and more settings just to beautify it so that it looks impressive. You know, you may do nice work, but as you also do nice work, just ensure that it is also impressive to look at. So I can select also these columns and I increase their font size a bit. Yeah, something like that. So now you can see that it's looking a bit better than before. Then I can also apply like a thick border. So select the whole table, come to borders, then look for thick outside border. Yeah, so I have a thick outside border. You can also change its color by coming to borders. Here, then you come to more borders, outside border, but then just select the color, change the color and press OK. Yeah, so there the color would have changed, but I didn't, I forgot to apply it. So I have to go back to this. Change the color to that. Then I have to come and I click, like I click all the corners to show that I want to apply it everywhere. Yeah, you can possibly change also you can possibly change the way that the line appears, like to this or to this. Yeah, so let me change it to this. But again, every time you make a change, ensure that you click again so that it is applied. Then press OK. Yeah, so don't forget to save. So you can see now that it is becoming more interesting. Yeah, so now it reaches a moment when we want to print or we want to output this. Maybe you want to print out a receipt. Yeah, so in Excel, in order for you to print out or to change your file into a PDF, you can click on File, then go to Print here. Yeah, so by default, it's going to just print active cells. By active cells, it means that the cell that I'm currently working in case I was in this, see the way this one looks, and I come to File, Print, it's going to bring me that one. Yeah, but I want to print this. And so go to File, click Print. So here it is showing you a preview on how it is looking like. Yeah, but who can tell me the mistake which is here? Anyone that has identified something?
The VLookup formula is still there.
There's no problem for VLookup to be there. I just wanted to print everything in a spreadsheet. Okay, look at the second table. What's not right with it? It is not full. It is not full. There are more columns there. Here. So it is only printing stopping here. Yeah, and every time you click on File, then Print, it will now draw a line to show you that this is where the page stops. Actually, Excel has very many pages. You see when I scroll down. So when it is printing, it prints on pages. So this is the first page. There is one from here up to here. There's another page. Now you can see, maybe let me go to View and I turn off the grid lines. You see the squares, those are the pages. That's how it prints out, unless you change. Yeah, so it's us to change. And how do we change? Select the area that you want to print, like here, select all of it. So I want to print a bit past I don't want to stop an exact column. So I want to print as exactly this. What I've selected is what I want to print on paper. Come to page layout, select print area, then select set print area. That means that this is what should be printed. That's what I'm trying to tell Excel. This is the area that I need to print out, but I can still see the other line is still there. So how do I solve that? I have to come to View. Then I change from normal view to page break view so that I can see where every page is stopping. Yeah, so right now I can see the area that I've selected, but it's going to be printed on 2 pages. This is the first page, this is the second page. And when I try to zoom out, okay, sorry about that. Yeah, you can see that it is naming them page 1 in the background, and this is page 2. So when we try to print out, there are going to be 2 pages. If I come to File, then Print, it's going to print out 2 pages. There is that first page, then the second page. And you can see it is looking weird. Yeah, so we have to first go back, then adjust. See, before this was not adjustable, but now I can adjust this. Just left click, hold the touchpad or the mouse, then you drag up to the last line. So now you can see that it is showing page 1. Now that means it can print on that same page. So click on File, Print. Now you can see that we're seeing everything, what is going to be printed. Is it clear to everyone?
Beg your pardon on that last part of moving the page.
Okay, it will show you that there are 2 pages, page 1 and page 2. Just bring the cursor to this line that is separating the two pages. Then left click, like the normal click, not right clicking, left click, hold the mouse or touchpad, then you move. Like you swipe on your cursor and you swipe to the right and you go up to the edge of where you selected, like to the edge of the page 2. Then it will move and now makes it page 1, like that. So if I go back to view and I go back to normal, it will not be showing the print area. But the print area, you can see it is there. There is some particular line. Let me turn off this. It is still there, but it's not as visible as when we come to page break view, like that. So you can see that now, first of all, we add some data. Now we bitified the table, and now we can even print it out. So see, when you adjust more, it is going to generate that second page again. So do the same thing, drag and drop it to the other last side, like that. So I can a bit adjust this. I can also adjust the size of the row here so that it brings some good gap. Yeah, like that. There are very many other things that you can add. You can add a header, a footer also in Excel, but we're not going to cover that for today. So that's how you can print. So now I'm going to show you the next steps after we've modified it very well. Come to File, Print. Then there are different options. One, you should select the printer. So by printer, it means that it can be a real printer, the way you're seeing these ones, but when it connects via wireless or wired connected, or in case you don't have a real printer, then you should use any program that is a PDF reader. Like, for example, Adobe Reader is a PDF reader. So it is also a printer. It can act as a printer. Or always just select Microsoft Print to PDF. What that means is that it's going to get whatever format the file is in and it turns it into a PDF. PDF is a portable document file format, which I think most of you have encountered it. Like you can easily share it to someone. That is a PDF. So after selecting your printer, so you should always select Microsoft Print to PDF unless you're sure of what you're doing. Because I have very many printers, but they have different settings that I need to do. Others are real printers that are existing, then others are just like PDF readers. So I'm going to leave it to Microsoft Print to PDF. Then now here, I need to select what should it print. Is it the active sheets or the spreadsheets? Should it print the entire workbook? When I say entire workbook, it's going to print all the sheets. The first one, the second one, and the third. Now I'm just scrolling down to see what is going to print. Yeah, so, or it can print selection. So for print selection, you can see now it is empty because I've not selected anything. If I come and select this, like here, I select only this table, come to File, then Print, and I change to Print Selection. It is going to only print that particular receipt, which we may be interested in right now. Yeah, so those are the different options that you have. You can print active sheets. That is the spreadsheet that you're currently working in, like here, we're working in sheet 4. So it is what is going to print. Or you can print an entire workbook. So it will put, it will first print out these on whatever pages they fit on, whether 1 page, 2 or 3 or 4. Then it goes on to sheet 2. Then it goes on to sheet 3. Yeah, like that. So for now, I'm going to just print selection so that I can print this receipt. So I'm going to select this. File, print, or press Ctrl P. Ctrl P does the same thing. Yeah, I change this to Microsoft Print to PDF. I ensure that this is in print selection. Then these other ones I'm not going to go so much in detail. I need someone who, when you're using a printer. Yeah. Then another thing that I'm going to change is the orientation. Yeah, portrait is when you have more height than width, the way this is looking like, but we can change it to landscape where we have more high. You see, we have more width than the height, like that. So I'm going to print it to landscape because our receipt has more width than the height. Then the paper, I select the type of paper that is going to be printed on. Now, even if you're not using a printer, you may say, when I go to a printer, it will be printed on F4. So it is better you set it to F4 also from here so that it looks the same when it is taken to a printer. Yeah, so I'm going to select F4 instead of letter. So you see the size will adjust. If I select like A3, the bigger the number, the smaller the paper. So A3 is big, then A4 is that rotary trim paper. Then there is now F5. A5 is smaller. We say the bigger the number, the smaller the size. But now when you move to like A2 is bigger than A3, A1 is bigger than A2, then A0 is big, is very, very big. Yeah, so let's leave it to F4, the normal paper size. Yeah, then there's what they call margins, like what should it leave, like this is a margin, something that is not being occupied. So right now it is in normal margin, but I can put it wide margin so that it leaves a big like space on the sides. Then it comes to scaling. These ones, okay, you can just leave them, but it's about adjusting this to fit on the paper. Yeah, so you can do the same thing by coming to page setup. So some of the settings that we've done from this other side, they can be done here. Yeah, what I'm going to do from here is that I'll come to margins. I'm going to leave them by default, but I say center the receipt horizontally, then also center what I'm printing vertically so that it comes in the middle here. And I press OK. So it will come in the middle. Let me hope you're still following. Okay, even if you don't get everything, but when you open Excel on your computer, you try to do the different like settings. Then you can always watch the recording and you follow up in order for you to do while you're doing your exercises. Yeah, so when I'm done setting it very well, then I click on print. So this time around, if I've selected a printer and I click on print, it prints in a printer. But now I've selected Microsoft Print to PDF. So it's going to turn it into a PDF. So right now it is asking me for the name, and we can see this is a PDF. So we can call it VLookup. Okay, receipt. Save it. Yeah, so it is done being saved. I can come here to desktop, click on receipt. Can we all see the screen? Can we see the PDF?
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah, so this is what I've printed. Like this is a PDF that I've printed out. Yeah, so that's how printing works, like saving a PDF. That's how it works. And do you have any question?
No, we don't.
Okay. All right, so that is the first thing I wanted to show you. Then I'm going to use a few minutes and I show you a few things about like sorting, arranging from ascending to descending, and also working with the tables. Yeah, so I'm going to copy this table. Select it and press copy. And after that, I can go to another sheet like here and I paste it here. Right click, then paste. Yeah, so we have this. Yeah, we're going to use it later on when it comes to tables. So here I have a list of certain names and I want to demonstrate with them how. Like I may be interested in arranging these names in alphabetical order. How do I do that? Select all the names, then come to home, then look for sort or filter. Then you can select to sort it A to Z. When you sort A to Z, it's going to bring the first names, those names that have A on top. Then it will end with those ones going towards the Z. So if I sort by Z to A, it's going to put the other ones on top, then the ones with A on bottom. That's how it works. Yeah, so another thing is that.
Please, first have a recap about that. Repeat for me a little.
Pardon?
First repeat that for me, like arranging it in ascending or descending.
Just select whatever you want to sort. Come here to sort or filter. Then there is sort A to Z. So it will sort the names like arrange in alphabetical order A to Z. If I say Z to A, it will sort like going towards the other side. I believe everyone has ever sorted like arrange in alphabetical order. So that's what it is doing. Is it clear?
It's clear now.
Okay. So another thing is that you may find that you have a lot of data, and as you were typing, you repeated certain things. Now, like here, I repeated the same name. So how do I go about it? Now here, I just have one, but you may have a lot of data and you want to remove the duplicated values, like the repeated values. The values you've repeated, but not intended to repeat. So just select that particular column, like here, or just select all the cells. Then you come to data, then look for remove duplicates. So it is here. So I want you to look at those two names, the one in B3 and B4, they are same names. So when I click on remove duplicate, I say select all of them, then it will show me the columns that it is searching to, that is column B. I press OK, then it's going to remove. Yeah, so it is showing me that 3 duplicate values are found and removed, were found and removed. 11 unique values remain, and then you press OK. So it has moved that duplicate value which was there. Yeah, I think why it showed us 3, I would have copied like very many times these other names. They were also down here in other columns. Yeah, but that's what it does. It can remove duplicate values. Yeah, so the last thing I'm going to show you is table, working with tables. Yeah, so before you go to that, you can insert images into Excel. Just come to insert, then click on pictures, then you go to where you have your pictures. So I may want to insert, maybe, let me see. Maybe I want to insert this. Click on it, then click insert. Then the photo will come, but you can resize it, but always resize from the corners. Get this, ensure that you get a cursor like this. When you come to the edge, left click, hold and move like that. So it is decreasing its size. Yeah, so that's how you can insert. So you can see that now if we go back to print, we select that and we go back to print by pressing Ctrl P. It is able, it is going to print. So you see how we are having something impressive right now. Yeah, so you can import photos there in Excel. It is possible. So let me show you now the last thing. That's why I'm telling you Excel has a lot of things. Here we're just introducing it to you. In the next phase, we shall deep dive into it. Then now it will be about you to explore more and more about it. So I'm going to look at tables. Like right now, this is a table, but there are also inbuilt tables within Excel, the way they are inbuilt within Word, for those ones that know Microsoft Word. So you can turn an existing something that looks like a table, because this one looks like a table, but we want to turn it into a real table. Let me first remove the fill colors and everything. I put it back to normal like that. Yeah, so let me turn off the grid lines like that. Okay, so this is our table. Yes, so I select it, then I come to home. Okay, I can go to data, or I can press Ctrl D. Wait, it's Ctrl L. It depends on the version of Excel. So for this one, it is, you press Ctrl L. Then it will give you this dialog which says create a table. Yeah, so you can do the same thing by coming data. Then you look for insert table. Let me see, it depends on the version, but should be around here. Yeah, like that. You just click on this from table stock range. So it will give you this dialog of create a table. Then what this one means is you to select the range where the table belongs. Just that I'd already selected that, but in case I had not yet selected, I click on this, then it asks me. I remove this and I say, this is what we're making to be that table. So you can see it is changing the range. Yeah, so this is F4 to H9. F4 is this and H9 is this. Yeah, so there is this checkbox that says my table has headers. What does it mean? It means that I have to tell Excel whether the table has headers. What are headers? Headers are headings of columns. Like this is phone name, country, and price. So they are not part of the data, and those are called headers. So you have to tell Excel that my table has headers. In case what we've selected doesn't have headers, for example, here, so there we don't check it because now it will take these ones as headers, they are not headers. So remove, get this, click OK. Then now it is turning it into a table. Yes, so now we have a table. Okay, it depends on the it depends on the version of Excel. It may create the table within, or it may just create it outside. But I'm going to close this. I want the table to. Yeah, so I just closed the other dialog, but now right now we have a table. How do you know? Because it has brought like a certain design here. And also the rows and columns are having different colors. And where is it getting it from? From here. Like these are different designs. So in case you have a table, just click anywhere in the table, then you come to design tab. If I click here, I don't see a design tab because I'm not in the table. But when I click on any cell within the table, I'll get the design tab. So under the design tab, you can click here to select different designs that you can use on your table. Yeah, so I'm going to go with this. Yeah, so there are different things. We said in case you want to edit a table, just select any cell, then get this. So I can turn off the header rows, you see? That's what they were calling header. Then there's banded rows. Banded rows means that it is using a different color every row. One is in light blue, another one in white, like that. So in case you don't want them, uncheck this. In case you want them, check it. And then also it can do the same thing to columns. When it is shading the first column, then, yeah, but don't use banded rows and banded columns at the same time to be confusing. Maybe you can just use one, and it's better you just use banded rows than columns, though it is possible either way. Yeah, so that is a table. We shall see in advanced Excel why we prefer using a table other than like the normal structuring out a table. We prefer using the table, which is inbuilt in Excel. Yeah, this table, you can even change its name from here and you give it a name. Like this is a VLookup table, I can say V table. So now if okay, I want to call it V table. So now if I'm writing like a VLookup, and I say that the value will be from here, and I say comma, then when it comes to the table array, in case I made this one a table, I can actually type in the name of that table, and it is recognized that it is there. And that is the V table, and it has now selected it. So there are very many things of what you can do with a table. But we're not going to go into that. Like you can do the sorting, you can do filtering, all of that, but we shall cover tables more into advanced Excel, and also we shall look at what they call pivot tables. Yeah, so ensure that when we finish phase 1, you also join us in phase 2 so that you learn more about Excel. Yeah, so do we have any questions? Okay, no questions.
I don't have.
Pardon?
I don't have one for now.
Okay. All right, so in case you don't have questions, I'm going to send the exercise. It's going to be just one more exercise. Yeah, I'm going to send it to you in the WhatsApp group tomorrow morning. Then ensure that you finish it. Then you hand in, like, okay, not later than Tuesday, you hand in all the work at once for exercise 1, exercise 2, and exercise 3. We're not going to have exercise 4. So you hand in the work. Then now we shall tell you what is next. But on Monday, we're going to start with another program. It's called Microsoft PowerPoint. So, and it is very, very good to know about it. And it is a very nice program to learn about. So ensure that you attend our next program. So other than that, we're going to have closing remarks from Mr. Adrian, then we shall call it a day, but we're going to keep on discussing more on WhatsApp and interacting more. Yes, Mr. Adrian, I see you there.
Yes, hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your efforts, Jamansu, for the whole sessions from where we began up to now. It has been a milestone. Well, for learners, for other people, I mean, this thing is, we shouldn't just be limited to what we've discussed. We should just go back and try to expound more For example, in the printing section, you find that you don't only print out PDFs. There are different versions on how to print out. There's CSV. There are those formats that Excel can print to. You can maybe take time and go look through them, what they can do, and yeah, like when they can be used, because you can be tasked one day or the other to actually produce some work using Excel, and you may not be able to deliver. And another thing I want to talk about is about the people who missed the other sessions that weren't with us. Please, you can go on our YouTube channel and make sure that you get those sessions. You watch them. You get what we're talking about. That in phase 2, you don't feel left out, because phase 2 will be an addition onto this. We should just be continuing to this to be an advanced version of this, which if you don't get these basics, I believe that the next sessions actually may be a little bit tougher or harder. Yeah, maybe other than that, thank you all of you that have managed to attend up to the end of this. Let's meet up on Monday, when we are starting up with even the new members with Microsoft PowerPoint on how to make good presentations. Because I believe anywhere in life, in a professional world, you may be tasked to do a presentation. Yeah, it may be just an interview or something like that. So these skills, we need them. Yeah, other than that, thank you so much, and want to wish you a good night.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Adrian, for that. Someone is asking about they are not in the WhatsApp group. If you're not in the WhatsApp group, it means that either you didn't fill the form, or just okay, let me send a link in which you can fill the form, then we get your WhatsApp number. Or you type it in the chat.
Excuse me.
You type your WhatsApp number in the chat.
In the chat.
Yeah, right now.
Okay.
And your name.
My name.
All right, I'm going to add you there.
Okay.
Okay. So other than that, good night to everyone. We meet on Monday. Yeah, so be so excited to learn about PowerPoint, because you're going to learn new skills in PowerPoint, like making simple animations, making PowerPoint slides, very, very nice things. So you shouldn't miss that. Yeah, have a good night to everyone. Ensure that you stay safe.
Okay, thank you. Good night.